Welcome to Clay in Life. May we all let our own light shine. Today I'm going to share with you how I find my value, my life values. Usually I have this done every year, so I have something I can really focus on and what I want to work with on the year. When I have a big decision to make or when I thinking about certain things I wanted to do, I will always check my value list. In the beginning, I used to have a 10 top 10 value list. Then I realized I usually just can't remember after number 6. So then I start having top 5. But after the last 2-3 years, try and error, I realized it's good to just focus on top 3. But if you can work out top 5, that would be really good in a way that help you to start testing out to see, well, is this really aligned with how you feel, what your life value is. And on the same token, the value can also be applied to if you have business, your own business, you can actually work through this as well and to find out to actually have a concrete value, what's most important values in your business. And same with career. What is most important for you? What's most important value for you to actually pursue? And when you face any difficulty or challenges, what other values are most important to you to always align yourself with? And when I first starting this value list, I come across a book called The Life Priorities Calculator by Paul Wilson. And I just checked online. This book might not be available now. However, the same author, Paul Wilson, actually have other books available and similar to this book as well. In this book, actually, The Life Priority Calculator by Paul Wilson. In this book, he talk about how to actually prioritize your life. And in this session, he give a value list, which I follow most of the steps to do, and I find was really helpful. And then I also apply this in my business at the time, and I think this about 10 years ago already. So I have been doing this value list almost every year for the last 10 years. And it has been very helpful for me in helping me to be more aligned in my journey. I still remember last year I have my first value is freedom and connectedness and mastery. And this year I have changed as well because my experience last year helped me to realize there's something else I do want to have. It's most important for me in this year. So the same number one has been freedom for more than 3 years. Having a freedom is really important to me. So that apply to whatever I do, I would really making sure do I have the freedom I need and I value for myself and for my business. And secondly, I decided, and of course it's more intuitively, I actually feel like I need to have joy as part of my value. Actually, joy is also part of my need. Inventory list, and it's also top 3. So this year I realized a lot of time we take things for granted. Probably I can only speaking for myself. After last year's journey, I really feel like I think sometimes happiness is not something you can just find. You have to actually set it as a goal. When I set joy is most important value and needs for me this year, my whole perspective has changed. I'm making sure whenever I'm looking at the things, I look at in the perspective, will this make me feel joyful? Is this the joyful decision I'm making? Will I contribute to other people's joy? And that totally changed my perspective. It helped me to be less blaming and really taking responsibility for myself. When I have the downtime, I know it is my responsibility and I need to ensure I'm the only one can contribute to my own joy in life. And the third one I have, which funnily I actually can't quite remember now. So that means I actually been doing a lot of things more related to my top two priority in the beginning of this year. But I'm just having a look. That's the worksheet I have for me in the beginning of the year when I'm working on my value list. So my top three is actually wealth and achievement, and then independence is number 5. Actually, interestingly, wealth is very important for me at this point, even though I feel like I have everything I need in life, but having the wealth sort of equals to sense of the achievement I can do for myself. And having that wealth is not just about money, it's about wealth of knowledge, wealth of a good relationship, wealth of good connection with my higher self or with your environment. And that's the wealth means to me. And I do feel like because of this, I have actually unconsciously, even though I don't quite remember, wealth is my top number 3 top priorities, top values. I actually already doing that. My day-to-day schedule, my day-to-day work, I'm already doing that, which I've been trading in, investing in the stock market, both in US and Australia. So I have been putting a lot of time into work as well recently. Obviously, this time is being challenging time for a lot of people, including myself. But I'm very grateful that because I have this as my top 3 priority, I have been doing a lot of learning and making sure I have the right tools to help me to achieve what I want to do this year. So I'm also very focused this year because of my top 3 values I have set for myself this year. So now, how do you actually find your top 5 or top 3 values? Like I shared before, you can actually get that value list from the book, but I just find this actually not available online now. So what you can do is, there is another way I'm actually using more often now than using the book. It's called the value exercise. And you can download this from Taproot, Taproot. I will put link below in the description, so you can just tick that and print the PDF. This is actually a very good way of finding your value list. I print this out just really first page. You can print the second page as well to follow the instruction, but I'm doing it more intuitive way. For me, it's very important to not to think too much. Sometimes that interfere how I'm actually walking through the exercise. So usually I just get this print out ready, and I give myself a bit quiet time. That I just take a quick deep breath and see myself more relaxing in a relaxing posture, and take a deep breath. And it is really important to know we don't need to do this perfectly. In the beginning, I'm thinking, oh, I'm doing my life value. I need to do it right. But then I realized I'm a perfectionist by nature. I can never do it. I will just keep procrastinating my progress. So what I decided to do is just follow my intuitive drive. And this is how I normally do it. So I hope this will be helpful to share with you. And you can do any way you like, as long as you find the top 5 value for you. And I do it yearly. If you find this is enough for you to do it for another 3 years, 5 years, or that's what you already got perfect, just use that. But now let's get into how I find my value list.